It's really weird to think about that I've been an Xbox gamer for more than half my life. The original Xbox came out in 2001. And this year they're celebrating the 25th anniversary. I've had an Xbox system since the very first one, so I've been an Xbox gamer for 25 years. And I have all these emotions, all these things that I want to say. But I want to start with the fact that I'm leaving Xbox behind. I'm no longer going to be an Xbox customer. And I'll tell you why. Now, like I said, I've owned Xbox systems since the very first one. I've owned at least one Xbox in each generation they've released. So I've owned the original Xbox, I owned an Xbox 360, or I really should say I had multiple Xbox 360s because those things broke all the time. They had Red Ring. I had Red Ring like 3 different times until I got the free first Slim model, which was really cool. I really liked that system. And then I had the VCR Xbox One, which was pretty controversial because they made you have to connect with it and they tried to do all this stuff with it, but I liked that system and I played a lot of that system. And now I have an Xbox Series X with the official Starfield wrap, and I have the Starfield Xbox Series X controller with the Microsoft official chat pad on it. And needless to say, I've spent a lot of time and money in the Xbox ecosystem over the years. Now, I would never say that I regret it, and I certainly wouldn't say I'd go back and change any of that. I really had a lot of fun playing games on Xbox, and for a long time it was my go-to console for playing really any games. But there's been quite a few things lately that have kind of given me a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to Xbox and the entire platform. And I've been trying to make this video, I've recorded this a few different times, because this is a negative video, right? I usually make videos talking about the things I love about gaming. I really feel like I need to make this video though, because I really need to express these feelings, because I have a ton of unprocessed emotions about all this, about my choices, about the things I've experienced. I don't make this choice lightly. I'm not making this to make a bunch of people mad on YouTube to get a bunch of clicks, right? I sincerely have loved Xbox for the majority of the 25 years that I've had systems. But something changed recently. And I think it started with the whole marketing campaign of everything's an Xbox, which I thought at first was silly, but really kind of felt like they were stripping the identity away from the system and the whole platform itself. And it makes sense if you want to have more paths for people to play your games. Like if someone doesn't own an Xbox console, but you want to have them be able to have Game Pass Ultimate and play games over the cloud on a TV, that's fine. It's actually a smart move financially, like money-wise. But by saying anything is an Xbox, that means that the Xbox that you bought isn't special. It's not its own thing, right? You've taken away its identity completely. And you know there's first world problems, right? That just seems really silly. But it's not even just that. It was like the Activision Blizzard acquisition. I remember I defended that a while ago, and I feel silly because I feel just so naive, or at least I was, when people were against it. People were trying to block it from happening, and here's me saying, oh, well, this is actually a good thing. They're going to buy these companies, they're going to own these studios. Microsoft has a ton of money. They're going to pump money into these studios and make these games better. They're going to put these games out on more systems than they originally were able to put them out on. And then none of that happened. All the studios got closed. Games that released, if they didn't do really, really well, the studio got shut down. People got laid off. Games that aren't even released yet, if they even had a hint of having a development issue, those games got canceled. And one of the games I was really excited for, Perfect Dark. I remember seeing the trailer for it. I was so into the trailer. I was like, man, this game looks really cool. What is it? And then it got to that scene where the guy says, Agent Dark. And I remember I was actually live streaming the event where they announced the game. And I yelled. I was like, is this Perfect Dark? I was so excited to see a new Perfect Dark game. And that game got canceled. And, between all the other layoffs, games being canceled, just kind of it feels so bad to support a company that has just been doing that so much. I understand capitalism. I understand you need to make money for your shareholders. I understand all that. I understand that some of those job roles might have been made redundant or whatever. I get that. I've worked in corporate America. I get all that. But so many people lost their jobs. It's become a really difficult business to be in because at any moment you could lose your job. And then, of course, with all this happening, Microsoft increases the prices of everything multiple times. Over the course of last year, Xbox hardware and Xbox subscription services went up in price twice. The Xbox Series X that I have right here, this cost $500 at launch back in 2020. That was nearly 6 years ago. Today, if you went to buy this brand new, it's $650. It doesn't do anything new. It's not like a new version that has like a new processor or a new GPU. It's the same thing. It's the same piece of hardware that they have been making exactly the same way. And again, I understand prices are going up, tariffs, all that. Ridiculous. I get it. But Microsoft's worth $4 trillion. It's just insane. Like I said, I don't like making these videos because I don't like being negative. I like to be talking about the things that I love. It makes me feel really bad. That and like Game Pass, I remember having Game Pass at $15 and being like, that's an okay price for something like this. But at $30, they didn't really add enough features for me to really think it's worth $30. And it's been a while since I've had the Game Pass Ultimate. I had Game Pass Core because I had Xbox. I switched it back to Xbox Live, and then they made a Game Pass Core, and now it's Game Pass Essential. But then, like back in the fall, they made that announcement that things were going to go up in price again, and they doubled the price of the lowest tier. And I don't play games online a lot, but paying $60 a month for all the features you get for Xbox Live, that was all just fine. I could justify it. It's been that price forever. But doubling it, wow, that's a lot. And some people could probably justify that. But I play Monster Hunter Wilds online a couple times, and it's not worth under $20 a year to just play a game online a couple times. I play a lot of single player games, so it's not really worth it for me. But no, I bought Monster Hunter Wilds on Steam, installed on my Steam Deck, and actually it runs really well on there. I'm considering getting the Steam machine. I am going to get the Steam machine if and when it releases. That's a whole video unto itself. But yeah, I'm leaving Xbox behind. I'm no longer going to be an Xbox customer. There's been too many things that I don't feel like it's the same platform that it was. And of course, platforms, they evolve and they do change. But Xbox is now, it's a completely different beast. It's a completely different thing. It's not something that I want to be a part of. So I'll be getting a Steam machine, or maybe even a gaming PC if the Steam machine even comes out. If it's too expensive, maybe I'll buy some used parts and build a gaming PC. But that's the route that I'm going to go. And actually, it's kind of funny because I was going to add a part into this video where I talked about Project Helix and how interesting that is and how that might steer me back to Xbox, because it's kind of like a PC Xbox hybrid to where you can buy PC games and play it on there. But they made an announcement that Copilot is coming to all current Xbox systems and the new one. And I don't know what they're going to do with it, but knowing that there's some kind of AI algorithm running in the background at all times on the Xbox as I play, it's taking all my data, feeding it back to somebody else for whatever potentially nefarious reason, I don't want any part of that. I don't want that. So they lost their chance. They had an absolutely wonderful opportunity to come out with whatever this Project Helix device is and sway me back. But that's not happening. I'm leaving Xbox for good. But let me know. Are you an Xbox fan? Are you still an Xbox fan? Will you still buy new Xboxes? Do you have the handheld? Are you going to buy the new system, the Project Helix system, whenever that happens to come out? I really want to know. Let me know in the comments below. Go and hit the like button in there. It tells YouTube this is a good video and more people should see it. But otherwise, you can click on my face here to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.